It is reportedly said Aaron Ramsdale to Newcastle is a deal agreed. That is it. Getting in from different sources. Even the North London correspondent for the side of Telegraph has come out and really confirmed to us that it's really a deal agreed. We wait and really see what is really this all about, but this is the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where you're watching us from? I go by the names of Rokan David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And it's always nice coming here live and be talking to you. I know that most of you might be known here, but I hope the moment you wake up, you're gonna find this video in here for you. Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead and really confirmed to us that there are two players of Liverpool that are gonna be calling it quits. That is Thiago Alcantara and Joel Matip. We are gonna be knowing why, and Ange Postecoglou has got a real anxiety within what happens if Man City, the best team in the world, does the needful in there for you. So let's see close to how many likes. 400 likes. Smash on this video and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. It's the 17th of May. It's a Saturday, and I tell you what, tomorrow, done deal. It's done 18th, by the way. Tomorrow it's gonna be all about this side called Match Day 38. Match Day 38, which will see the Premier League coming to an end. Arsenal players will go to some will go to the holiday. Those that really have international duties to attend to in the Copa America and the Euros will find themselves into the camps of their teams. And those in Africa, you know it very well that they are what we call the the World Cup qualifiers, where they'll be featuring into the mix. And I'm really having one of my people already here, known as Richard Fenny. Thank you for obviously coming in through, but you're gonna have to come in through with a very high gear, calling in for the departure of Aaron Ramsdale. So we thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, and may the living to God bless us abundantly, because this is what we do on a daily in here onto this beautiful channel. Now, Aaron Ramsdale is the man talk about town, and guess what? We've gone ahead to obviously have the first person to break the story was James Green. Is a freelance sports reporter. You know, he told us that Aaron Ramsdale has reportedly agreed to join Newcastle United next season of 2024-2025. That's what we got him from the man himself, James Green. Now, when James Green's story was really making rounds all over social media, everyone was like, he's not a credible journalist. How come no credible source has gone ahead to obviously put out this story? And this is what went ahead to get from Sky Sports. Arsenal goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale has reportedly agreed to move to Newcastle this summer. So when Sky Sports comes out and really puts out such a story, you obviously get to know that there is something going on in between or behind doors between Aaron Ramsdale and the side of Newcastle. Now, from that, we obviously got in one of the most important people that you obviously want to look at and really get to know exactly what is really happening and cooking into the side of North London. He goes by names of Luke Edwards. He's a North London football writer for the Telegraph, BBC podcaster in there for you, and you know exactly what he obviously has. Luke Edwards told us that Newcastle manager Eddie Howe signed the 26-year-old. Newcastle manager Eddie Howe signed the 26-year-old, that is Aaron Ramsdale, when he was the manager of Bournemouth, and has decided to try to take his former goalkeeper to the northeast. Although there are still things to work through, it is thought Newcastle are willing to pay around £15 million for Aaron Ramsdale, with the offer of a 5-year contract to Aaron Ramsdale. Now, you see lots of things linking Aaron Ramsdale to Newcastle and why he is easily gonna go and really play for that side, because this is his former manager at Bournemouth and he loves him, and they're willing to give him a 5-year contract in there for you. So that shows you that's really gonna be a very heated up decision, and we don't know how things are really gonna come out and boil out. But why is Aaron Ramsdale leaving Arsenal? Very many reasons, but let's first talk about the fee. £15 million, for me, I think it's still below the belt. Arsenal cannot allow to make a loss of £15 million. They brought in Aaron Ramsdale for £30 million from Bournemouth to join Arsenal in the summer of 2021, right? He has been the first choice goalkeeper of Arsenal for 2021, 2022, and 2022-2023 season. You understand? And he looked to be one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And by the end of last season, this man was really given what we call the highest ranking of a goalkeeper, and he was valued at 80 million euros. Now you cannot tell me that a player who was at 72 million pounds has gone ahead to depreciate to 15 million pounds. That is really out. I tell you, Arsenal will be willing to say to it that they really fetch more money from Aaron Ramsdale, and I tell you, they will be willing to obviously find other competitors to obviously go in and really see to it that Newcastle gets the pressure. I know what it happens when the demand is low, because it's demand that really determines the price of anything. So I know Arsenal will be waiting in for other teams. We've gone ahead to see teams like Chelsea being linked to Aaron Ramsdale, and I think which other teams, like 3-4 teams that have gone ahead to be linked to Aaron Ramsdale. And I tell you what, they might sign him as their goalkeeper of the season 2024-2025. But Aaron Ramsdale has gone ahead to have a terrible season. I think he was in goal for the first 4-5 games, and then David Raya came on and really took over. From the game of Everton that Arsenal went ahead to win away from home in the Premier League, the only 2 games that has gone ahead to see Aaron Ramsdale be in goal have been the 2 games of Brentford, because Brentford is a team that had loaned David Raya to the side of Arsenal, and there was no reason as to why he could feature. I'm talking about David Raya feature into the game where all facing a team that went ahead to loan him that side. So all they had to do was simple: get in the player. After getting him in, Aaron Ramsdale goes in goal, David Raya not even in the match squad, and then after all that, it has been David Raya all over. But I've always gone ahead and really told you that people have always gone ahead to really defend the clubs on players, but when is a club loyal to a player? Clubs are never loyal. I tell you this. Football clubs are never loyal to their employees. The moment they feel like you're not part of their plan, they just throw you under the bus. That is it. But I don't know whether Arsenal will accept the 15 million pounds. But if at all the 15 million pounds coming through, obviously they will add on to the amount of money that Arsenal will use to obviously pay for the permanent move of David Raya from Brentford to Arsenal. We know that deal is going to be made permanent, and Arsenal will find themselves in a position of paying 27 million pounds. Getting 15 from Aaron Ramsdale, they'll just need 12 more to see to it that they get in that into the bank of Brentford, and Raya to Arsenal will be made permanent. We all know that Raya has already gone ahead to sign a permanent deal with Arsenal, and it's all pending to see to it that it gets a confirmation from the side called Brentford. So for the side of Arsenal, you obviously understand that they need to get in money early enough, and they want to sell Aaron Ramsdale, I think, before 30th June, such that that money accounts for the financial year of 2023-2024. Remember, it opens up every 1st of July and it ends on the 30th of June the next year. So that is the plan for Arsenal, and that's why they really want to see this deal really get done and dusted. For Aaron Ramsdale, he would love this deal to obviously happen very, 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 very soon, because he's going to the Euros with the English national team, and he would love to go to the Euros knowing that his future is done and dusted. And I think he will be unveiled as a player for the side of Newcastle, and then he'll really go to the camp of England and obviously be settled that next season I'm gonna be a Magpie playing in the tennis side of England. That is it. Newcastle in the mix. So that is it from Aaron Ramsdale. And then Luke Edwards went ahead to obviously add on to more to this story, and this is what he went ahead to say. Ramsdale signed a new contract at Arsenal in May last year, at a time when it seemed certain that he would be the club's number one for the foreseeable future. Upon agreeing that deal, the goalkeeper said he hoped to remain in North London for the next decade. However, Arsenal then seized the opportunity to sign Raya from Brentford during the following transfer window. Raya joined the club on an initial loan, but all parties expect the Spaniard to be signed on a permanent basis this summer, with the deal totaling to £30 million already agreed. So it shows you, one, about how much Newcastle is supposed to pay. This guy just signed another contract with Arsenal, and he was like, I can be here for a decade. His contract can keep him at Arsenal for the next 4 years. And if you are the side of Newcastle, Arsenal might try to play what we call a mind game and tell you, we can really keep this player here. And you will see stories being put out in the media that Arteta is willing to obviously exchange goalkeepers next season. That is it. It might happen. They might really throw those stories there to threaten the stance of Newcastle. And I tell you what, if you get Aaron Ramsdale for like £20 million, for me, it's an absolute steal. It's an absolute steal. He's still a young goalkeeper. He came in at Arsenal when he's like 22 and he's now like 25 years of age. So you can't come out and tell me that it's not an absolute steal. Aaron Ramsdale has the potential to become one of the best goalkeepers in the world, as he was last season, where everyone rated him to be one of the best goalkeepers in the league. So let's not come out and really downplay the efforts of Arsenal getting in money that they believe is worth this lad, because I see a lot of money in Aaron Ramsdale. And if I'm Arsenal, with the contract that Aaron Ramsdale has with them, why not kill off one more year and obviously loan him? You get? A loan can obviously do better for the side of Arsenal. You get? Because, one, he earns close to £140,000 a week. That is Aaron Ramsdale. What does that mean? It means Ramsdale will be not earning all being paid by the entire side of Arsenal. Arsenal will obviously spare some money by really loaning this guy. He signed a contract that is expiring in 2026, and he has a further 1 more year. You understand? So if he's having a contract that is going to keep him at Arsenal for until 2027, right, that means he still has 3 years on his contract. If I'm Arsenal, I loan Ramsdale to a team where he's going to really exhibit his capabilities, and then after I get Aaron Ramsdale and sell him. A loan of 1 season of Aaron Ramsdale to a certain team to put in a very good shift will see to it that Arsenal get in ×2 all three the amount of money Newcastle want to give them, because Newcastle want to give them £15 million. And if I told I'm Arsenal, I don't agree that. I tell Aaron Ramsdale, tell your agent to find you a loan for any team. Even if he goes and plays for these other teams that are really coming to the Premier League, like Leicester City, I think they'll be willing to obviously take him on. Which other team? Ipswich has also gone ahead to come in through. They'll be willing to take him on. If it's there and he performs very well, remember he still has the tag of Arsenal on him. This goalkeeper will find a very good landing soft ground in the market of 2025. That is the summer of next year. That is Aaron Ramsdale here. So I feel that there are things that have gone ahead obviously to really not happen the right way, for Aaron Ramsdale. But If Newcastle cannot raise like 20 million pounds, I think if I'm Arsenal, I loan Aaron Ramsdale to a certain team such that I don't make a loss and really do the needful. But it will depend on the budget of Arsenal on how they are planning to do their stuff. Because if you get in this money of Aaron Ramsdale, 15 million pounds, you'll be just left with like 12, 15 million pounds to it, that you find yourself in a position of really clearing off the bill or the transfer asking price of David Raya from Brentford. So we await and see how that pans out. But I think what Arsenal did was really bad. Looks like they are not in market to find a goalkeeper. That's why they tied Aaron Ramsdale onto a longer contract, because if the plan was there for them to sell Aaron Ramsdale, I tell you, they would have gone ahead to sell him last summer, as he was a hot cake, and very many teams would have gone ahead to go for him. Teams like Chelsea went in for Sanchez, would have gone ahead to obviously sign him, you know. So that is it for this guy. That is Aaron Ramsdale. But the big question is, will Aaron Ramsdale go out and really start in the team of? Will Aaron Ramsdale go out and start in the team of Newcastle? Because Nick Pope has been injured, but he's back. He's back and is expected to feature in the game of Brentford over the weekend as their first choice goalkeeper. And this is the question that Luke Edwards has gone ahead to answer. He has told us that Ramsdale will not automatically become first choice at Newcastle, where he will compete with fellow England international Nick Pope for the jersey. The impending arrival of Ramsdale means Martin Dubravka, who has deputized for Nick Pope while he recovers from shoulder surgery, will be allowed to leave Newcastle in the summer. The Slovakian will be 36 next season and will not want to be third choice. So, when you look at that, you obviously understand that however much Aaron Ramsdale is making a choice to go on and really play at the side of Newcastle, obviously you have to come out you have to come out and ask yourself this question: will he start? No, he's not an instant starter, but we all know that Aaron Ramsdale is a better goalkeeper than Aaron Ramsdale is a better goalkeeper than Nick Pope. And I tell you, Aaron Ramsdale would be stupid to obviously go to the side of Newcastle without assurances that he's going to be a first choice goalkeeper. And if that's not the case, then a lot will not go their way. So, to my understanding, I think that Arsenal will release this player and let him go to where he wants to be, to a team that is willing to offer the amount of money that we really see themselves really get. So for me, I'm just getting excited for this deal. You know, I would love to see Aaron Ramsdale a happy man next season. I don't know how many of you wish him to be happy, but me as Rock and David, I would wish Aaron Ramsdale to be happy. And what is going to make him happy? Obviously, what is going to make him happy is to get into the starting team of Newcastle again. And for Newcastle, you obviously understand on how they're going to operate. Newcastle has a chance to be playing in Europe, either in the Conference League or the UEFA Europa League. All right. So if they're playing in the Conference League or the UEFA Europa League, that means they'll be playing on Thursday and on the weekend. If you're having a team that is really participating like that, you can choose Aaron Ramsdale, my Premier League goalkeeper, Nick Pope, to be the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and Conference League or UEFA Europa League goalkeeper. I think he can easily get in the minutes he wants as Nick Pope, and he won't be so furious for not starting the Premier League. And for Aaron Ramsdale, all he wants is to be in the Premier League for Newcastle to obviously just hit out for the first choice position for the England national team. That is Aaron Ramsdale for you. So we wait and see how that pans out, but it's written all over the world that Aaron Ramsdale is not going to be part of that Arsenal side. And with the game they're going to be playing tomorrow at the Emirates, he's one of those players we expect to really bid their farewell to the fans of Arsenal. And the fans of Arsenal will always love Aaron Ramsdale because of what he went ahead to obviously get them into the season. Because his first season, that was when Mikel Arteta found himself finishing 5th in the league, and the next season they finished 2nd into that Premier League position. So that is Aaron Ramsdale for you, and Arsenal fans will be really saying goodbye to him on Sunday. And very many other Arsenal players. A list is going to be coming out, and when that list drops, I tell you what, it's really going to be important. I'm having some people commenting about this Aaron Ramsdale situation. Richard Fenny, I was missing your live. Thank you, bro. I tell you, I'm working upon really putting in a lot of energy in these live streams, and I wish I can do 2 on a daily. You know, I'm trying, but I promise you, more lives are really going to be coming in through as we get into the transfer season. Then David Sozi says, thanks, bro, for your updates and time. We are watching you from Dubai. We love you, bro. We love you too, bro. Good morning, bro. Let him go to Newcastle, and they give us Ishak. Now, that is it also. Something I hadn't even thought about, because Arsenal has 2 players they want at Newcastle, Bruno Guimaraes and Alexandra Ishak, meaning that they could come out and really do what we call a very good business together. Remember, Arsenal has already gone ahead to do business with Newcastle. How? Joe Willock was sold to Newcastle from Arsenal. Having gone ahead to loan him that side, they found themselves doing business to sell him there permanently. Now, if they sell there Aaron Ramsdale, I think even Newcastle won't find it hard to obviously reciprocate the positive energy back. And how are they going to reciprocate the positive energy back? Is by them allowing either one of those 2 players to leave, either Bruno Guimaraes or Alexandra Ishak. Though news reaching my desk indicates that Newcastle are willing to let Bruno Guimaraes go, but they're not willing to let Alexandra Ishak leave, because for Guimaraes there is Joe Wellington and Sandro Tinali, who is returning back to play for the side of Newcastle, right? And they believe those 2 can obviously do a very good job. And if they get £100 million from Bruno Guimaraes, they can easily go in for the likes of Fofanas, from other teams, or Paulinho from from Fulham, who can come out and really do the job. So you never know, it might be a stepping stone for the deal of Alexandra Ishak to be agreed, but Newcastle are adamant to really sell this guy to Arsenal. That is it. They're keeping their position, and they are really willing to listen to offers for Bruno Guimaraes. But for the side of Alexandra Ishak, I tell you what, unless otherwise, Alexandra Ishak pushes to join the side of Arsenal, but it's not really happening that way. So that is it. I think David Sozi, I've gone ahead to obviously give you a reply to your question, and I think you've gone ahead to enlighten me about that, and I'm really excited to really hear from you. Now, there is a player who signed for Liverpool in 2020, that is Thiago Alcantara. He had already gone ahead to win a Champions League for Bayern Munich, and then he returned to Barcelona, and Barcelona sold him to Liverpool. And now his chapter has also gone ahead to come to an end 4 years later. Fabrizio Romano has told us that Thiago Alcantara leaves Liverpool as free agent. Decision made months ago and now confirmed. Thiago Alcantara available for free and ready for the new chapter. Now, who is going to go in for Thiago Alcantara? That is it. Because for me, I believe it's not high time he went to the side of Saudi Arabia or USA. He's just 33 years of age, and I tell you, if he can keep his fitness levels, he can find himself playing more and more and more. Looking in the Premier League, I think there are teams that can obviously try to get him. For example, people like Dizabi. Dizabi likes players with the skill set of this guy, and I won't be shocked if at all a team like Brighton goes in for Thiago Alcantara. The other manager I believe that can really think of signing Thiago Alcantara is none other than Aston Villa or Unai Emery's Aston Villa. Aston Villa is going to be playing the Champions League, confirmed. They need what we call the Champions League experience. You understand? Now, if you are a player in that caliber of Thiago Alcantara, you'd love to enjoy Champions League again. And if I'm Unai Emery, all I have to do is to really gate the dossier of his treatment at Liverpool, because this player hasn't gone ahead to be known as an injury-prone player. For the time I've gone ahead to see Thiago Alcantara, he hasn't gone ahead to be an injury-prone player. So, if he hasn't gone ahead to be known to be an injury-prone player, then all we have to agree is there is still a lot in him. In that midfield of Aston Villa, I think if he's having Douglas Luiz and Boba Kamara behind him, he can obviously be that player to play in the number 10 position. He can also play into the double pivot, all in the midfield three. That is Thiago Alcantara for you. So those are the two teams that I believe can really present a very huge offer to keep this guy. And even Newcastle is a team that is really lacking quality, and in the due course of lacking quality, and they're not having some huge money to spend in the summer transfer window, this is a player they can obviously get him through. You know, that's why they're going in for Aaron Ramsdale, because they believe he's a player they can sign on a cheap. And there are other players like Thiago Alcantara that Newcastle can obviously get him through. Though that's what we will be like, having gone ahead to be disturbed by lots of injuries, he won't this really cost them. And what is the cost of landing this guy? And they haven't gone ahead to replace Dan Ashworth. That is it. Dan Ashworth is on a gardening leave, and he's left with just 18 months on his contract. He signed with Newcastle. Newcastle is trying to play a hard ball to see to it that they almost see United pay £20 million for a sporting director, something that Man United and its new co-owner, that is Sir Jim Ratcliffe, have come out and said, no, we cannot obviously pay £20 million, because £20 million is like you're getting in a player, meaning that they are willing to really leave Dan Ashworth to be there, you understand, to be there for all that time and really get his 1.5 years complete. And in the due course of waiting, Newcastle will obviously say, get us that amount of money. And when that money gets in, they'll let the man go to Manchester United. But I know he's going to be at Man United, and we don't know who's going to be making the decisions of players. But for Aaron Ramsdale, he's going to cross to the side of Newcastle. But for Thiago Alcantara, obviously his last season at Liverpool has been really abysmal, because it has been full of injuries. Even when returned, I think he played like 1 or 2 games from the bench, and he got a setback back into the sick bay. It's not the news that we love to hear from a player like him. It's not only him leaving Liverpool, even Joel Matip is leaving Liverpool as a free agent at the end of the season, now confirmed. He's set to say goodbye to the club and the fans this weekend. The same applies to Thiago Alcantara, Joel Matip. They're leaving the club. Ancelotti coming in through at Liverpool. Looks like these two are not in his plans, and he feels like he should sign in another defender. We've all gone ahead to see Liverpool being linked to very many defenders like the Goncalo Inacio's Braithwaite, who is a born and bred of Everton, and he feels like he cannot join the side of Liverpool. He rather joins Man United and very many other clubs in there for it, because of the battle they are really having, or the rival they have in between them and Liverpool. So they'll be looking elsewhere for the likes of the Goncalo Inacios, the Todibos, and all other defenders on the market. But for Joel Matip, it's over. It's over for Joel Matip, and he's going to be one of those people that is going to be leaving the side of Liverpool. And we wish him the best of luck. For him, I cannot really speculate. I cannot even contemplate on where he's going to be playing next, because it's really hard of him. But Premier League clubs will be welcoming him to see to it that he comes in through, because him and Virgil van Dijk have gone ahead to play a very huge role ever since they formed a partnership under Jurgen Klopp, and they've gone ahead to look very well. But Konate and Virgil van Dijk are those that have gone ahead to obviously take center stage into playing for the side of Liverpool. Kwanshi comes in through. You obviously think, as we speak right now, Joel Matip is in the fourth fiddle of the pecking order for the team of Liverpool. Let's all agree onto that. So he finds himself out, and no reason to keeping him at the club of Arsenal. Sorry, at the club of Liverpool. Now, Onslaught is coming in through. We don't know which players Liverpool will be looking at, but we wait to see what happens. But Liverpool is really having hard time. You know, Darwin Nunez and Luis Diaz are pushing to join Barcelona. That's what is happening at Liverpool, and it's really very, very bad if at all you're a fan of Liverpool, because those two players had gone ahead to settle in very well, and you wouldn't like to see to it that you lose those two in a season where you're having this manager coming in through. But if you're really a very good fan, you can come out and really tell me, Rokani, but Darwin Nunez is going to have to miss out on very many chances, and Liverpool fans will come out on several occasions and tell you he's the reason as to why they are out of the title race. You know, he has gone ahead to miss out on sitters and very many goals. That is Darwin Nunez. Luis Diaz, when they are playing against Man City, a game that ended 1-1, he got 3 clear-cut chances and couldn't score any. Why would they keep a player like that? If Liverpool had gone ahead to beat Man City, right now Man City would have gone ahead to be having, because right now Man City is having 88 points. Right? 88 points. Liverpool is having, how many points does Liverpool have? Let me see. Standings. Liverpool has 79 points, and they are 9 points off Man City. If you add the goals that man went ahead to miss out on, you know, they would have gone ahead to help Liverpool really clinch what we call all still be in the title race. You understand? So I really understand. And if you can sell him for like 80 million euros and Luis Diaz like 100, or if at all you can get 150 million euros from the sale of those two, I think you can really have a very good go. But the problem is Barcelona, however much they need those two players, they don't have money to operate the business at that wavelength. That is it. That's why they're trying to move on Rafinha, Frank de Jong, Aloho, to see to it that they can raise in sales of 200 million euros north and obviously operate well. Bring in Joshua Kimmich at 30 million euros, get in Cancelo for like 30 million, that is 60, and then add on more and more and more money to see to it that they really get in more players. Because you can sell Frankie de Jong for like 70 million euros. You can sell this other guy. You can sell Rojo for 100, that is 170. Add on the money for Rafinha like 60, that is 230 million euros. I think when they're having 230 million euros at their disposal, they can really attack Liverpool and really sign one or two of Luis Diaz and Darwin Nunez. Now, let's obviously throw into our last story in here for you as I'm coming into your comment section and really have a talk to those that have gone ahead obviously put in their comments in the live section. And it's Ange Postecoglou. He has said, I got really anxiety within of what happens if Man City, the best team in the world, and disposing teams quite easily in the lead up, 4 at Brighton, 15 or 16 goals in the last 4 games. What if we play as well as they can put, they beat us 0-5? That's what he said. And I don't know why he still has to come out and really respond out to people who really believe that Spurs never put in a shift. Don't succumb to the pressure. You went ahead to do what you had to do at Tottenham Hotspur, and the rest is history. That's what you had to offer. I'm having Egi Besa. Arsenal needs Benjamin Šeško. I've already told you that there are 2 strikers that I would wish Arsenal to get. It's either Alexandra Isak or Benjamin Šeško. Benjamin Šeško, for me, is good. Ishak is good. Jokares is good. But when you look at when you look at the price of Ishak, it will go to 100 million pounds. If Harry Kane, 20 goal plus striker, was sold for 100 million pounds at the age of 30, what of Alexandra Ishak, who has, for just 2 seasons, scored close to 40 Premier League goals in his first 2 seasons in the Premier League? You know, that means Alexandra Ishak will cost Arsenal 100 million pounds, and Jokares is costing 86 million pounds. Benjamin Šeško, I've gonna hit read a story. His buyout clause was 50 million euros, but right now it's at 75, meaning that he can go for like 67 million pounds. So a choice is up to Arsenal to make on who to spend huge money on. And for the Benjamin Šeško, I think he would be the best deal. But Arsenal has players to sell. You never know what they are gonna do. When you look at the side of Newcastle, they need a striker. If at all Alexandra Ishak go, can they down tools and obviously say we are gonna get in Edin Ketia as the replacement of this guy? You don't know. But I tell you, that deal of Benjamin Šeško have a very huge keen eye looking at it, because it might happen. United, Chelsea, Bayern Munich, Arsenal, all those are really keeping their tabs onto Benjamin Šeško, and it shows that this guy is gonna move. The agent of Benjamin Šeško has been seen on different grounds. The other time he was at Emirates when Chelsea was playing Arsenal, and those two teams really need to sign Benjamin Šeško. When Manchester United was playing against Arsenal, the agent of Benjamin Šeško was pictured at Old Trafford, and you now know that he's trying to find a better deal for the player. And I tell you, Arsenal for me should be the better deal for Benjamin Šeško, if at all he really wants to see to it that things go his way. That is it. Then we have Molecule. Molecule says, let him go and thank you, my boss. Obviously, he's gonna leave. No reason of him keeping here, because for the goalkeeper, unless your first choice goalkeeper gets an injury, that's when you're gonna get into the team. A decision has been taken by the manager of Arsenal, and what are they gonna hit to do? They're gonna hit to decide that they're gonna hit to decide that David Raya is the first choice, and there is no way this guy is gonna really accept the humiliation again for the next season. If he can keep around without not pushing to go in and really start in other games, obviously it will be okay, you know. But Champions League and the Premier League, he has no chance. So what we are seeing is Aaron Ramsdale pushing to leave the side of Arsenal. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. I've gonna hit obviously coming through, and we'll have a live session with you. I've gonna hit to have the following people in there for you: Richard Fenny, David Hosey, Egi Bese, and Gian Molecule. I know he's coming in from Ghana because Gian looks like a Ghanaian name. It reminds me of that Gian guy who went ahead to miss out on a penalty that would have gone ahead to gate or send the first African team in the semi-finals before Morocco did it last World Cup in Qatar. So I love you all. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name, and let's call it quits. I sign out. See you later, but continue to subscribe, guys. Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. We want to hit the magic number of 21,100 subscribers, and you can as well support this channel by hitting that button that has the word that has the word join. You can pay out to us and become a member to support this YouTube channel, because we are gonna start putting out content that is really exclusive to our members. And if at all you're not a member, you are not gonna be able to access that content. So if you feel like you don't want to miss out on that content of members, just go ahead and really join what we call the membership club of the Rokani Media Football, and then content is gonna be really flocking into that members section. And you obviously see, you'll often start seeing videos with captions members only. If you're not a member, you are not gonna watch it, and I would be sorry about it, because I would love you guys to see. That's why I call upon for you guys to subscribe, because to subscribe to our membership, and then the rest is gonna be history, and you guys will be enjoying to the fullest. Once again, I call upon for you guys to turn your notification bells on, jetting into a summer transfer window that is gonna be very, very challenging and heated up. I sign out for now. See you later. It's a 5-finger salute to everyone watching in, and the other ones who are really gonna come in through and watch this video later. Bye bye.